Hello and welcome to Inspira Plus. Thank you for joining us once again in this space where we seek to grow, reflect, and find the strength to face life's challenges. If this is your first video with us, we hope these words can give you the motivation you need to keep moving forward. And if you are already part of this community, thank you for continuing this journey of growth with us. We would also like to thank all of our new subscribers. Many times we live as though our real life has not begun yet, as if these days were nothing more than a waiting room, and someday, when everything is finally in order, we will be able to feel calm, happy, and complete. We tell ourselves that we will begin to enjoy life once we finish paying off our debts, find the perfect job, resolve our family problems, improve our health, meet the right person, or achieve what we have been pursuing for so long. We believe that after resolving that unfinished matter, we will finally be able to rest. That once our worries disappear, we will be free to do what we truly want. Yet as soon as we solve one problem, another appears. We reach a goal and, almost immediately, our minds find a new reason to worry. And so the days go by, waiting for a sense of complete peace that may never arrive. The truth is that life does not begin when everything is figured out. Life is already happening while you are trying to figure it out. It is happening in the middle of your doubts, your responsibilities, unexpected changes, and questions you still cannot answer. It is also present on those mornings when you wake up without knowing exactly what to do, yet still decide to keep going. There is no stage of life in which everything remains perfectly arranged. There will always be something to improve, a decision to make, a conversation left unfinished, or a situation beyond our control. This does not mean that we are doing something wrong. It means that we are alive. The problem begins when we turn happiness into a reward that we can only receive after solving every difficulty. Without realizing it, we make our peace dependent on circumstances that are not always within our control. We say, "I will be happy when this is over," but it ends and something else appears. Then we tell ourselves again, "Now, once I get through this, I will finally be able to live in peace." And while we wait, we allow moments that will never return to pass us by. Perhaps you have postponed going somewhere because you did not feel completely well. Maybe you stopped visiting someone because you had too much work. Perhaps you did not celebrate a small accomplishment because you had not yet reached your main goal. Or maybe you have denied yourself the chance to feel joy because you believe you do not have the right to be happy while part of your life remains complicated. But you do not need to have a perfect life to recognize a beautiful moment. You can be worried and still enjoy a conversation. You can be going through a difficult season and still feel grateful for a shared meal, a peaceful afternoon, or the company of someone who loves you. You can be afraid of the future and still smile sincerely because of something happening today. Emotions do not have to exclude one another. The human heart has room for worry and hope, sadness and gratitude, uncertainty and the desire to keep moving forward. Accepting this changes the way we live. It is not about ignoring our problems or pretending that everything is fine, nor does it mean settling for a situation that needs to change. It means understanding that we can work to improve our lives without rejecting the life we have right now. There is a great difference between wanting to move forward and believing that we do not deserve to enjoy anything until we reach our destination. When we live only thinking about what is missing, we begin to see our days as incomplete. We stop appreciating what already exists because we are too focused on what we have not yet achieved. We want a bigger house and forget to be grateful for the place that shelters us. We desire greater success and fail to recognize everything we have learned. We wait for someone new to enter our lives while neglecting those who are already beside us. We dream of having more time while wasting the little time we have worrying about a future that does not yet exist. Sometimes we do not need a different life. We need to learn how to see the life we already have differently. Perhaps today you are not where you imagined you would be. Your plans may have changed, or an unexpected situation may have forced you to begin again. Maybe you look at other people and feel that everyone is moving forward while you continue struggling with the same problems. However, you do not fully know the battles others are facing. Many people who appear to have everything figured out are also dealing with fear, loss, doubt, and difficult nights. No one's life is completely in order, even if it may appear that way from a distance. Comparing yourself to an incomplete picture will only make you feel as though you are late to a destination that is actually different for everyone. You are not behind. You are going through your own process with the tools, circumstances, and opportunities you have been given. Your path does not have to look like anyone else's to be valuable. Perhaps you still do not have the answer you are searching for, but you have learned to ask better questions. Maybe you have not reached your goal, but you now have more experience than when you began. Pain may still exist, but you no longer respond to it in the same way. Even if some forms of progress cannot be captured in a photograph, they still count. Some of the most important changes happen quietly. Learning to set boundaries is progress. Asking for help is progress too. Refusing to return to a place that hurt you is a victory. Recognizing that you need to rest is a form of growth. Trying again after a disappointment requires a kind of courage that often goes unnoticed. Do not minimize those steps simply because you have not yet reached the final result. Life is made up of processes, not only outcomes. If we value only the moment when we reach a goal, we will ignore everything we had to discover along the way. Goals also last for less time than we imagine. We can work for years to achieve something, and when we finally obtain it, the excitement may last for a few weeks, a few days, or only a few hours. Then life continues. That is why learning to live along the way is so important. If we place all our hope in a single outcome, we run the risk of reaching it only to discover that we still feel empty. No achievement can teach us to be present if we never practiced that ability while moving toward it. Sometimes we believe we need to control every aspect of our lives to feel secure. We want to know what will happen, who will remain beside us, and what the results of our decisions will be. But life rarely offers guarantees. Many of the most important things begin without certainty. A relationship, a project, a move, a new job, or a personal decision always involves some degree of risk. Waiting until all fear disappears may mean never beginning at all. Courage does not mean being completely certain. It means taking a responsible step even when you cannot see the entire path. Perhaps today you can only move forward a little. Maybe you do not have the resources to make a complete change, but you can still do something small. A phone call, a conversation, an application, a written page, a few minutes of exercise, or a different decision can create possibilities that you are currently unable to see. Do not underestimate what can happen when you stop waiting for perfect conditions. It is also important to remember that some situations do not need to be resolved. They need to be accepted. There are losses that cannot be undone, questions that will never receive an explanation, and people who may never acknowledge the pain they caused. We can spend years waiting for an answer that will allow us to close a chapter. But there comes a time when continuing to live requires us to accept that the answer may never come. Acceptance does not mean approving of what happened. It means no longer surrendering our present to something we cannot change. There is a special kind of peace in understanding that not everything depends on us. We can act responsibly, learn from our mistakes, and make better decisions, but we cannot control other people's actions or prevent every change that life may bring. Doing what is within our power and learning to release the rest is not indifference. It is wisdom. Take a moment to look at your life as it is today. Do not look only at what worries you, but also at everything that exists around that worry. Perhaps there is someone who feels happy when they hear your voice. Maybe you have a skill that you did not possess a few years ago. There may be a place where you feel safe, a pet waiting to see you, a song that restores your sense of calm, or a dream that still awakens something within you. Those things do not eliminate your problems, but they remind you that your life is greater than them. You are not merely the debt you need to pay, the job you have not found, the relationship that ended, or the illness you are facing. You are also everything you have learned, the love you have given, the times you stood back up, and the decisions you made when no one was watching. Do not allow one difficult part of your story to become the complete description of your existence. Perhaps today you cannot take a trip, change jobs, or completely transform your circumstances, but you can allow yourself to live this day with greater awareness. You can call someone, take a short walk, prepare something you enjoy, rest without feeling guilty, or feel grateful for one small thing that usually goes unnoticed. Enjoying a simple moment does not mean that you have given up on your goals. It means that you understand that the time spent reaching them is also part of your life. Do not save all your smiles for the day when your worries disappear. Do not reserve your embraces only for special occasions. Do not wait until you have more time to tell someone what they mean to you. Do not endlessly postpone the things that could bring a little more meaning to your present. The future deserves your plans, but the present also deserves your attention. There are probably still things you need to resolve. Do so with patience, responsibility, and hope. Work toward the life you desire, but do not punish the person you are while trying to become someone better. You do not need to have all the answers to take the next step, nor do you need to feel completely ready to begin again. Clarity often appears while we are moving forward, not while we remain still waiting for a perfect sign. Today may feel incomplete, uncertain, and different from what you imagined. Even so, it remains part of your story. Do not treat it as nothing more than an empty space between what you lost and what you hope to achieve. Notice it, live within it, and find something in it worth remembering. Because someday, when you look back, you may realize that the days you considered a waiting period were also filled with life. That while you were trying to reach another place, you were already creating memories, learning lessons, and becoming the person you needed to be. Life will not begin when everything is figured out. It has already begun. It is happening right now, in the middle of everything that is still unfinished. And this moment also deserves to be lived. Thank you for staying with us until the end here at Inspire Plus. If this message inspired you, do not forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with someone who needs to believe in themselves again today. We would also like to thank all of our new subscribers. We are very happy that you are enjoying our content. We will see you in the next video. Until next time.